everybody, this is Kate, back at it with a new video. Join me on probably my last big ride until spring. Let's get started. I hope you enjoy the ride. I love getting up in the morning, going for a nice brisk ride. It's just something about going for a ride in the morning. You know, it's like a new day. You know, everything is just fresh again. And then you put in the nature part of it too. That's just putting icing on the cake. So what topic can we talk about today? Well, in November, I'm going to be in a swim meet. This is going to be my very first swim meet. I've been practicing 3 days a week for it. And basically what I'm going to do is the 50-yard front crawl, which is freestyle. And then I'm going to do the 50-yard backstroke, and then I'm going to do the 50-yard breaststroke. Now 50 yards, in case you're not familiar with the way swimming works, 50 yards is swimming all the way up there and then swimming back. So if you go one way in a pool, that's considered a length. That's just going one way. But if you swim going up there to the pool and then coming back, that's considered that's considered a lap. So basically, in the swim meet, I'm gonna do a freestyle lap, which is going up there and coming back, and then I'm gonna do a lap doing breaststroke, going up there, coming back, and a backstroke, going up there and coming back. Now, they do have the butterfly, but the butterfly is more challenging. If you're a swimmer, you know what I mean when I tell you about the butterfly. That butterfly, you know, I mean, you know, swimming as a whole is a challenging sport. You know, I'm gonna put my gloves on right quick. Hold on 1 second. You know, it's a little nippy out. So, you know, my one thing about me, my hands get cold. You know, far as the rest of my body, that's okay, but it just seems like my hands always get cold. I gotta tighten this camera down better. It seems like it's moved around on me. But yeah, so I'm gonna do this swim meet, and you know, just to test how far I done came, because I just started swimming actually about a year and a half ago, and so for me to be getting in my first swim meet, I mean, that itself is impressive, at least to me. You know, so hopefully, you know, I do well. You know, who would have guessed that I would be swimming at this stage of my life? But, you know, I am. So what I try to do, I try to swim at least 3 days a week. And then I go to the gym 2 days a week. But the swimming is the most challenging out of, my exercise routine. Because swimming itself, when I first started learning how to swim, I would sink like a rock. I was fighting the water. I didn't know how to float. Didn't know how to do any of those things. And as far as frustration, I was really frustrated. Because it seemed like everybody knew how to swim but me. And so I would beat myself up over that. Because it's like, wow, when will I ever get this? But perseverance, keep trying, the not give up attitude, it eventually started coming together. But with swimming takes time. It's a sport where you're not going to just get in that water and just start swimming. Because the first thing you're going to do, if you're anything like me, you're going to panic a little because you're in that water. And then you got to get used to your head being in water and underwater. And for most people, that kind of freaked them out when their head is in that water like that. But eventually you'll kind of get used to that part of it. But then, like I said in my other video, one of the main things, if I was teaching somebody how to swim, the first thing I would teach them how to do is how to float. To me, that's the most important thing, is learning how to float. Because if you know how to float, you can save yourself. I remember when I was starting to, kind of get it, as far as with swimming, I would be able to swim the length, the length of the pool. I would be able to swim that. But it's like, if I got tired, then I would be in trouble. So, what I would do, I would swim along the wall or the side of the pool. So this way, if I get in trouble, all I do is just grab the side of the wall and I'll be okay. But it was this one time I was in the pool, I didn't know how to float, didn't know how to tread, and this young lady told me, oh, you should just, swim there and try swimming back. And I swam there, no problem, but then it's like I didn't have the energy when I started swimming back. And I was in the deep water and ran out of gas. Thank God I had that wall, because if I was not against that wall, I'd have probably been in trouble. So my thing, you want to learn how to float and tread water before you learn anything else. Because you can float. You get tired, then you just start floating on your back. So now that I'm swimming, I think okay, it's not a swim session that I go through that I I don't spend a little time treading water and floating. Because those two things are lifesavers. Because, again, now when I get tired, I could just float or tread water. That's not a problem. And I do it every time I go to the pool, so this way it's not a problem. So I'm gonna start back doing my videos on my journey and swimming. And I hope you tune in to these videos when I talk about swimming from my standpoint. What are some of the trials and errors that I go through, learning how to swim. And I think it'll be insightful. I think you would like it. I think that you would get a lot out of it. Because swimming is a really challenging sport when you first start out. Because you'll land in the water. And then it's so many components to swimming opposed to just, swimming is, I don't want to say complicated, but it's got a lot of moving parts to it. Because one, you got to breathe, you got to move your arms, you got to know how to kick. It's a challenging sport. And everything got to jive with each other for it to work. You just can't get in water and just go at it. You got to be able to time your hand stroke, side breathing, your flutter kick, being able to breathe without holding your breath, because you can't hold your breath. It's a very technical sport. But once you get it, you're good to go. That's the other thing that I learned. Well, once I knew how to float and tread water, I spent most of my time in the deep water. Because as long as I was in that shallow water, it gives you that false sense of security. And what I learned was, once I started swimming in the deep water, you don't want to swim in the shallow water. Because it's easy that you swim better in the deep water than you do if you was in shallow water for whatever reason. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to my swim. I'm excited about it. I'm not nervous because I don't have a problem with people watching me swim. I've seen people when I go to different pools, if someone's watching them, all of a sudden they stop swimming because for whatever reason they get uncomfortable. But with me, I don't have that problem. I'm glad of that. So looking forward to the swim meet. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited about it. And, I'm not going to do all the meets. I'm only going to do stuff that I do well. Starting out. I got to check out this Golden Griddle pancake place. I keep driving by it. And I be saying, man, I got to check that out. I haven't treated myself to breakfast in a very long time. So I think I'm overdue going out to breakfast and, treating myself. Because you know what I'm learning, you only get one chance at this, at life. You know, life is short. You know, so, you know, I'm trying to budget my money when if I can, you know, start going out and going places. You know, one of the things that I think helps me is the fact that I paid off my house. I paid off the house and I paid off my car, because those are your two biggest expenses if you have a house and a car note. And most people have both of those. They have a house note and a car note. So you got both of those things. You know, it makes life a little challenging because, you know, the average car note these days, I mean, you get a decent car nowadays. I'm just talking average. I'm not even talking luxury cars. If you get you, let's say, I was looking at the Honda Civic. Now that car costs about, now this is the base price. That car costs about $25,000 brand new. And then you got to tack on the taxes and all the other stuff that goes along with it. So add on another $3,000. For that car, you're looking at about $28,000. Now, that's just for a compact car. So when you go start moving up to the mid size and the full size and the SUVs and all that, you can be easily talking $40,000 for a car. A car. So with the interest rates being high, I mean, what are the interest rates right now? Is it 7-8%? I've known people that's got interest rates of 14%. That's unheard of. And some people, if they got bad credit or not so good credit, their interest rate is about 20%. So I'm not at home, so I can't do the math on it. But that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money you're spending every month on car note. And you know, if you got a $200,000 to $400,000 mortgage, you know, now you're talking even more big money. So my thing is, you want to pay off your house as soon as possible. Now, you got these people, these financial gurus, as I call them. They tell you, you know, invest your money and, you know, keep the house note. Well, I don't know about you, but what if you lose your job? Now what? Because if you lose that job, everything changes. What if you can't get a job right away? You know, there's some people like that, including myself. You know, what if you can't get no job right away? Now what? See? If you can't get no job right away, and you got a house note and you got a car note, you might just be in a little trouble because it's hard. It's hard to handle your business, and you getting unemployment. Hopefully, it's not going to be enough. Or what if you call yourself retired and you're going to depend on Social Security? Social Security only going to give you probably half of what you need. So if you got a car note and a house note and you trying to depend on Social Security, there's no way you're gonna be able to retire because you're not gonna have enough money. So my advice is while you working, pay extra towards that mortgage and that car note if you can. And you know, I got videos out there on this, and I'm gonna talk more on financing, on how I did it, because I'm not a financial advisor. You know, I'm not some guru. But I can tell you that when you retire, the money gets tight. It gets real tight. So if you got like, let's say if you were one of the few and the lucky to get you have your 401k, you don't go out there and as soon as you retire and then start spending like crazy. Because that money will be gone. You know, let's go here with it. Let's say if you got $100,000 in your 401k for retirement, don't you know that you'll go through that money within a year or two? That's it. People think $100,000 is a lot of money. $100,000, if you spend it wrong, is not a whole lot of money. You'll go through that money real fast. And I've seen people do it. And in my video that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna talk about how you can scratch $100,000 over 20 years, where you can take out probably about $4,000 to $5,000 a year to supplement your income. But you have to be really frugal with how you supplement that money. I mean, you cannot go out there and just be taking lavish. It's your Social Security, and all you depending on Social Security. You can't go out there doing lavish trips and vacations and stuff, or eating out all the time. I had a friend that was doing that. When her husband retired, he had about $100,000 in there. And they was eating out, they was going places, they was doing all kind of stuff. Within a year, his money was gone. Because they spent it wrong. You gotta figure out a way not to spend all that money up real quick. Because if you spend that money up quick, now you're going back to work. And especially if you have a mortgage. If you have a mortgage and a car note, you're going back to work because you're not going to have enough money. I mean, with food prices, gas prices, insurance, and just surviving out here is very expensive. Which means the more you can pay off, the better off you'll be. Let's say you want in retirement, pay off, don't have no big credit card. And I know people talk about credit card debt all the time. Well, it's not easy to do. I'm not saying anything new. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. What I can tell you is that, you don't want to accumulate a lot of credit cards because they charge what? Is it 28% on the money that you borrow? So, you want to make sure that when you talk about retirement, that you pay down as much debt as possible. Because, believe me, if you don't pay off that high debt before you retire, your retirement gonna be short-lived. It's gonna be short-lived. You're not gonna be able to sit down. Again, it's tough out. With me, I mean, it's a lot of things I want to do. There's a lot of places I want to see. But, by me being retired, I gotta be realistic on how I spend my money. Because I can go out and spend a lot of money on a lot of frivolous stuff. But at the end of the day, if I spend crazy, I'm gonna be back out there working. Now, one thing about retirement, if you get an opportunity to do it, it's a beautiful thing. When you retire, but don't get me wrong, I go places, I do a lot of things, I stay active every day. It's not like, I'm just sitting around the house watching TV. Laying around all day. No. I get up every morning, get dressed, straighten up my bed, and take a shower, and I'm out the door. But the last thing you want to do is just be sitting around. With me, I'm not good at just sitting around the house all day. I gotta get out the house. Because one thing I noticed about me, when I'm out and about, I feel good. I feel real good when I'm out and about with people. See, people are meant to be around people. They're not meant to just be cooped up in a house to themselves all day in, day out. That'll show your life expectancy. If you don't exercise, take care of your health and be out with people. To me, that's the number one thing. I feel good. I go out, I'm out and about like I'm working. Because when I first sat down and retired, it got on real quick doing nothing. You know, just sitting around the house. You know, but when I started taking up swimming, going to the gym, and going little places, man, that does wonders for you. You know, and then you stay busy. I think that's the key. It's just staying busy. You know, you can stay busy. You keep that mind going, opposed to just doing nothing. You gotta stay busy. And this is even for people that's working. This is for people that may be laid off or something like that. You gotta stay active and be around people. Very important. Hopefully, I'm not all over the place with this video. Generally, I do my videos at home. But I decided to do one while I'm on the road riding my bike. You know, and it's kind of cool, actually. And, you know, it's a little nippy out, but it's not cold. It actually feels good. And as you can see, it's not a lot of traffic out, which is good. I meant to get up earlier, and I did. But, you know, it's starting to get darker earlier. And when they set back to, when time goes back, I think time goes back when time go back? Time goes back in, is it the end of October or the beginning of November? I always get it wrong. But once time goes back, it'll be lighter earlier, which would be good. You know, I'll be able to get up and come out earlier because it'll be light out. I'm not really into that getting up early when it's dark out. I like when it's light out. You know, opposed to going for a walk early in the morning and it's still dark out. You know, I like light. You know, I'm not into that. Why it's dark out going for a walk, because you still got your food out here. You know, you want to be seen. You know, and as far as going into like a forest reserve, doing a trail or something like that when it's still dark out, I see people do it, and I'm not one of them. I'm not getting up doing a trail while it's dark out. You know, so that's my thing. But for the most part, I like to ride a bike early in the morning before traffic gets out. Because, you know, yeah, I know how to ride a bike. Yeah, I've been riding for years. But one thing about traffic, you got a lot of people out here doing a lot of different things. They're on their cell phone. They could be smoking a little weed. They could be even drinking a little alcohol. They fixing their hair, brushing their teeth, or whatever they do, watching videos while they driving. So to eliminate someone running into me on my bike, I try to make sure that I get out early as possible. Today I kind of slept in because it was still kind of dark out. But as you can see, it's not too bad out still right now. And, you know, I get a chance to enjoy the sights while I ride my bike. It's beautiful out, you know. But if I'm out here and I'm fighting traffic, and cars are cutting in and out, and doing all those things, I'd rather wait till it's mild traffic. To me, mild is the best. You know, like I said, yeah, I know how to ride in traffic. I can cut in and out, but you're not enjoying it like that. You're not enjoying the ride if you cut in and out of traffic and cars are cutting in front of you, people are blowing and trying to get you to move out the way and all these things. To me, that's not an enjoyable ride. You know, and one thing I learned when I ride my bike, don't get into it with people that's blowing at you. I had this one guy when I was riding, and he just kept blowing, right? And I threw up the F you sign at him with the finger. I kept saying, F you, F you, F you. Couple of weeks went by, and I was riding my bike, and somebody was just blowing. And I'm in a bike lane. So I said, who in the heck could be blowing at me? I'm in the bike lane unless somebody got a car in the bike lane. And I took a look back to see who was doing all that blowing. It was this fucking fool that I threw the finger up at. He was in the bike lane behind me with his fucking car, saying F you, F you, F you. He was begging me. He was literally begging me to throw up an F you sign at him. He's gonna run my ass over. He wanted to run me over. I ain't never seen no shit like that. He wanted to literally run me over. And, you know, I kept my cool. But he just kept on with I mean, literally, if you know what a bike lane looks like, you are the traffic, the major traffic. But he just kept going, and he was right on me with his car. He was down for me to just throw up one finger at him. He needed a reason. He needed a reason to run me over. And so then he hopped on the side of me with his car. And all I did was look at him. And eventually he sped off. All he had to do was just bump me with that car. And I would have went flying. So, what's the lesson to this, boys and girls? Don't do that damn road rage. Don't do it. I don't care if you're in a car. Don't do that road rage. Because people got guns and they don't have a problem shooting you. People don't have a problem with it. The slightest is people will shoot you. They don't care. And then all they do is get right in their car, or no, they in their car, and then just drive off. They just drive off like it's nothing. You know? And now you all shot up. So when that guy did that, number one, I was grateful that he didn't hit me with his car. Number one, I was grateful that he didn't hit me, because he could have killed me with his car, or he could have hit me with his car, and I would have went flying, and I would have been seriously injured. I mean, seriously injured. So, it taught me a valuable lesson. Don't get into that road rage stuff. If somebody want to really get back, let them go back. Let that fool go. Let them go in. If somebody really want to get by you, let them go. Let them go ahead. You don't have to do the road rage. It's even when I'm in my car. I'm not doing the road rage. I'm not doing it. If you wanna get by me, or you wanna blow at me because you think I'm not moving fast enough or whatever, all I'm gonna do is just pull over and let you back. And if I'm in my car and you want to do the road rage mess, then I'm gonna just let you go on back. I'd rather just pull over. I pull over like you the police or somebody with sirens. I'll just let you go on back, because if somebody shoots you and you live, and hopefully you live, you can, what is the medical bills gonna cost? Somebody shoot you with a gun and all that, or stab you in a road rage incident. What are those medical bills for? Somebody stabbed you in one of your organs and all that. Now you got to get a new organ. You know how difficult that is? Or somebody shoots you. Now you laid up. You got all kind of medical bills coming in. You off work. And God forbid, if you don't have a partner or somebody that's working, and you got all your bills, your house note, your car note, and all other expenses life throws at you, how the heck are you gonna survive? Then you got to do therapy. Therapy costs money. It's just to me, it's just a lose-lose situation. If you can avoid BS, then that's what you do. I mean, to me, it's just that simple. But I was one of them people. You didn't have to say much. I will wolf with people. And what I learned is, you don't have to wolf with people. You don't have to, here's my thing. I don't even argue with people. I'll say what I have to say. And then that's it. I'm not arguing. I'm not going to argue with you. We're not going to go there. You see, one thing that I know, people have short tempers. They tend to be ultra sensitive. So you gotta watch what you say.